Okay, welcome to Grue, and thank you so much, you both, for taking time and coming on the show. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh yeah, definitely. The first thing I want to start asking is for the man who made the film, Gino. What inspired you to write, direct, you even act in the film too? And what inspired you to come up with the film, make the film?
wow. Um, it's been a long journey for me in Hollywood, brother. I think after I wrote the first script in Hollywood about the deep web and Bitcoin, back in 2010 and 2011, um, I went on a crazy journey that took me to Lumina in Florida by my uncle's house, and I wrote this in 7 days.
7
and
days?
and it was inspired by the fact that I interviewed a lot of people who were abducted and who were part of the U.S. military and the Marines, and real good people, who had genuine experiences with this type of phenomena. And I wanted to write a movie about how the people surrounding them, their loved ones, their friends, would be psychologically affected by someone they love being abducted by aliens.
Wow. Wow, that's actually really deep.
Yeah, yeah. And that's why I came up with the idea, and I wrote this, and I'm like, I infuse horror and comedy and action into it. I'm like, yeah, this is, something I wanted to do to see like what would be the psychological effect of someone losing someone they love, and how far they would go to get them back.
Yeah, definitely.
Would they would they go to the ends of the earth to save this person? So that was my inspiration.
Oh, wow. Okay. And Eleanor, like, how did you get to be part of this um amazing film?
Just luck, I think. I'm so lucky. It arrived in December of 2020, when I was in the UK and we were just entering quite an intense lockdown. We had like a tier system in the UK and it was just approaching Christmas, so we weren't sure, my husband and I weren't sure if we'd even be able to see our families and working out all that complication. And then I got about 48 hours notice before I was flying to Morocco.
Oh my God.
And yeah, and escaping the lockdown there. So it was so intense, but such an exciting time. But yeah, I think just right place, right time. I think a lot of these movies are. And yeah, the lovely Valerie McCaffrey was the casting director on this, and she had good ties with my agent, and so Gino and I got in touch that way. Yeah, lucky.
Oh wow, okay. And the question is also for you, Eleanor, like when you're first reading the script for this film, like you see like your character is very important to the movie because they're trying to find her. And when you're reading the script for like what did what did you love about Eleanor? I mean about Eleanor, about your character.
I'm great. I think I think I love that I found her so intriguing, and I really wanted to bring those elements of her alive, because if you don't find her intriguing, if you don't find Tatiana intriguing or interesting, and she goes missing, then you're like, I don't care. You need the audience to you want the audience to be like, yes, find her. We must find her. So it was.
Eleanor was captivating, yes.
Thank you. um so yeah, it was certainly like a bit of pressure, but I just had to trust that Gino had done the writing, and it was my job just to embody that character.
Nice. And Gina, like, was it hard? Because you also are in the film. Like, is it hard to be behind the camera and in front of the camera? Do you direct yourself in the scene?
Oh, well, I mean, I not to take anything away from anyone else, but like I only made a brief cameo. The real hard work is with actresses like Eleanor who put heart and soul into this and that. And It's not hard. I think for me, I love being behind the camera as a director, writer, and producer. I think I added that little cameo to add some like flavor to it, flavor into the already over well seasoned movie that we have right now from action, comedy, horror, and sci-fi. I think no, I think I enjoyed it. I enjoyed just doing that moment with Eric Roberts and everything else and everyone else there. And yeah, I mean, I want people to see how brilliant these actors and actresses were and how much
Oh
effort
yeah.
they put in. How much effort they put in because we shot at the most difficult time, Rocco, it was to shoot a movie in Hollywood.
Mm.
2020, COVID, height of the pandemic, lockdowns, curfews, you name it, we went through it. And being on set, being in the Sahara Desert, being in that minus weather, like the cold weather in the high Atlas and the mid Atlas, and yeah, I have to give kudos to someone like Eleanor and the other actresses and actors that withstood the cold, withstood the crazy nights on set, and 16-hour days, and it was really a labor of love, and you have to be passionate about this business because if you're not, like, it will show up, and you could see that my actors were, brought their A game.
Oh yeah, definitely. And Eleanor, like this movie has a lot of twists. Like it's a really good like thriller action film, and it has a lot of twists and the military place called Dumb and corrupt government, aliens, like all kinds of twists in this movie. And what did you find fascinating about the story and about the twists?
I think I love a movie where I'm not one step ahead all the time. I think I find that quite frustrating with a lot of genres that just stick very faithfully to their genre and the kind of beginning, middle, end, sort of first, second, third act format. So I think that's what is so intriguing about this movie is you don't know where it's going. At any point you sort of think, oh, I know what's going to happen next, and it's like, no, you were completely wrong.
Yeah,
So I
definitely.
think, and I think that comes from the sort of multi-genre aspect of it as well. You think, oh, it's a really serious scene now, and then Ken Lawson's going to pop up and make us die with laughter.
Ken is gonna say something funny or do something funny with our improv. And
Yeah.
that's another thing too that we loved. Like, I mean, I never put any restrictions on my actors and actresses. Like, I don't think that, as a director myself, I love improv on set. I love improvising. I
Mhm.
love doing takes. Like, you try something. Let's see what happens, right? We go out. Yes, we read off the page. Yes, we're sticking to script in certain essences in terms of, storyline and story arc and stuff like that. But, you know, you try to be as creative and you try to experiment sometimes and have fun with it.
And that's so highly commendable, Gino. I don't know if we've spoken about this, but to be so close to the script and be directing your own work, but to not be precious about your words and to put trust into us, was, yeah, amazing. It just felt so collaborative, and it's, yeah, very very impressed at the way you can have something, but also let it go and let other people get involved.
Thank you so much, Al. Once again, you're making me blush.
Making you blush again. We keep making each other blush.
You know what? It's not the Bible, like, it's like, it's not written like, word inspired by like, a prophet,
Yeah,
It,
that some writers are or think
yeah, so, oh yeah, definitely. But I think,
that.
a script is, it's the movie you write, the movie you shoot, the movie you edit.
Mm.
You're always going to have changes and everything else. And if you're not willing to be flexible, make changes, sometimes you get stuck. And I think having that flexibility, gives you so many different options. You could get magic sometimes if you just go
Definitely.
script, or if you try something that you do improv. You know what I mean? Rocco is like, it's a vibe on set too. Having that vibe on set, having the trust in your actors or actors trusting in you, and that's another thing too. You have to trust each other.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You have to take risks. You know, we're in the business to take risks. Really, we took a lot of risks on set in the cutting room and shooting and everything else. And sometimes it plays out, sometimes it doesn't, but you gotta work around it, right? You gotta see what
You're
works
right.
best. You
You're
know,
right.
that's life. That's life in general. That's like, shooting movies. You go through a flux, of like, good and bad days. Some days you're like, you wish you weren't on set. Some days you're like, oh yeah, I love being here.
Oh, never.
But like,
No,
you know what? At the end of the day, you love it, no matter what. You love it. You appreciate it. You're blessed to be on set. You're blessed to be shooting a movie, and your movie's coming out in theaters. Like I was saying before, it's like, it's a filmmaker's dream to see that your movie's coming out, an actor's dream to know that you're in a movie and it's going to theaters, and you're in Hollywood. This is the best thing, bro.
oh yeah. Well, thank you both so much for taking time and doing this. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you, Rocco, for having us on. And it's a pleasure, and go support the movie, man. Support independent filmmaking that's going toe to toe with the studios, man. That's what we're doing.
Awesome. Well, good luck and thank you again.
Thank you,
Thanks, Rocco.
Rocco.
Nice
Take
to meet
care.
you.
Nice to meet
Nice
you.
meeting you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.